Get into some oil sector conversation. Dr. Joseph Kobusheshe, the Director of Environment, Health, Safety and Security, joins us now as we do actually delve into some pipeline talk. Dr. Joseph, many thanks for making time to actually speak to us.
Thank you, Arnold.
Let's delve into the pipeline. For someone who does not understand, all they hear about is Uganda's oil, but talk to us as an ordinary Ugandan out there. What is the East Africa crude oil pipeline? Let's start at the beginning.
Okay, so Arnold, as you know, commercial quantities of oil and gas were discovered in Uganda in 2006, and government embarked on the process to develop and utilize these resources.
Yeah.
As we speak, we are in advanced stages of the development and planning phase, and this involves the setting up of the infrastructure that is required to develop the resources. The infrastructure is largely in three categories. So we require infrastructure that is required to produce the oil and gas. We have the infrastructure. The second category is the infrastructure that is required to enable us get money out of this resource. And then the support infrastructure. Now, the infrastructure that is required to enable us make money out of this resource, the strategy now involves the setting up of a 60,000 barrel per day refinery, but also access to international markets. Now, access to the international market will be enabled by the East African crude oil pipeline, which will be a pipeline from Kabale, a central collection place of the oil in Kabale, all the way to Tanga in Tanzania. And this is the East African crude oil pipeline in a nutshell.
Dr. Kobusheshe, let's talk about some of the stakeholders here, because we already know the three. There's Sinop, there's Total, there's definitely Talo. Let's just walk me through some of the project developers here. Who has the stake here, who takes what, and who is doing what?
So a special purpose entity is going to be set up, whose shareholding will be the government of Uganda.
An SPE, definitely.
Yes, represented by the Uganda National Oil Company, the government of Tanzania, represented by the Tanzania Petroleum Development Corporation, and then the three joint venture partners in the projects that we are talking about, that is Total, E&P, Uganda Limited, Talo Operations, Uganda Limited, and then Sinop, Uganda, Uganda.
There's finally, very briefly, there's lots of talk about public hearings. This gets me thinking maybe there might be some interaction coming from the public and the community and the ordinary Ugandan. Just walk me through this. What are the public hearings and where is this going?
So the genesis of a public hearing is traced from the national environment laws, where projects of this nature require an environment and social impact assessment to be undertaken prior to implementing the project. So this project for the ECOP, this started some time back. An environment and social impact assessment for the project was undertaken. It was submitted to the National Environment Management Authority, and in line with the laws, it was determined that a public hearing is required for this project. Now, a public hearing is a forum where all relevant stakeholders on a project come together to brainstorm and offer opinions and suggestions about the project, and that is what is currently happening.
Fascinating. Doctor, let me leave you there. Just give me a date. When is the hearing, the first hearing?
So because of the nature of the project being a linear project, as I said, starting from Kabale in Hoima, and for the Ugandan section to the Mutukula border in Rakai, you're looking at 296 kilometers. The plan is to have 3 public hearings. The first will be held on Monday, the 21st, in the Kisita village in the Kakumiro district. That will be followed by a second public hearing that will be held at Kasana Public Grounds in Mubende district on Wednesday, the 23rd. And then the last public hearing will be held on Friday in Rakai district. So those are the 3 public hearings that are currently planned. I should say that there are other means
Right.
in which people can get involved in sending their comments and opinions about the project. They can send to the emails of the presiding officer at the Petroleum Authority, which is the EACOP, EACOP,
Yes.
public hearings at pau.go.ug. They can submit written comments to the National Environment Management Authority or to any government offices near them addressed to the presiding office of the public hearings.
Dr. Gomshasha, many thanks for making time to speak to us. Some very pertinent issues there being touched on. Do get in touch if you do want to be a part of this particular hearing. But let's take a quick break. Business right after this.
This is NTV Tonight.